Hi there. Hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson, I will teach you how to integrate exponential functions. Of course, there is a PDF file versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. First one. Now to integrate these functions. So first of all, let me just split these functions into two fractions first, okay? So then we can integrate from there. So let me just write this down. So 4e to the 2x, we add 5e to the 3x over e to the x. So what I do, I just split this out into two fractions. So this is exactly the same as 4e to the 2x over e to the x. And we add 5e to the 3x over e to the x. So there you go. This is exactly the same. So what I do now is I just simplify these fractions. So we use log law. So remember, we have a power of m over a power of n. So we can just use a power of m minus n. So that is the rule we're going to use. So therefore, to simplify this, so we use 2x, we minus x. So 2x minus x give me x. So the answer will give me equal to 4e to the x. And then we add. So similarly, we have 3x, we minus x. So 3x minus x give me 2x. So 5e to the 2x. So let me write this down. 5e to the 2x. So there you go. So this is exactly the same as, let me just write here, equal integrating 4e to the x, we add 5e to the 2x, bracket, and then with dx. So there you go. Then we need to know that if we integrate e to the fx dx, that will give me e to the f of x over the differentiations of the power. That is f dash x, okay? Differentiate f of x is f dash x, like that. And then we add a constant, don't forget. There you go. So now what I do, I just differentiate this power here. So differentiate x, give me 1. So this means that 4e to the x over 1. So that is equal to 4e to the x over 1. And we add. Now, then we differentiate 2x. So differentiate 2x, give me 2. So 5e to the 2x over 2. So that is, we add 5e to the 2x over 2. And then we add a constant. So there you go. So simplify this further. So 4e to the x over 1 is exactly the same as 4e to the x. So that is equal to 4e to the x. And then we add. So 5e to the 2x over 2 is exactly the same as 5 over 2 e to the 2x. And don't forget, okay, we need to add a constant because of indefinite integration. So keep that in mind. So there you go. Question number 2. So again, we need to split these functions into two fractions first, okay? So e to the 6x minus 7 over e to the 5x. This is exactly the same as e to the 6x over e to the 5x. We minus 7 e to the 5x. So that will give me, so first of all, we use index law. So we got this minus that. So 6x minus 5x will give me 1x. So that is x. So therefore, this is exactly the same as this, okay? E to the x. And then with 7 over 5e to the x, we can bring this up, so become negative. So that becomes minus 7e to the negative 5x. So there you go. So this means that integrating e to the x, we minus 7e to the negative 5x. And then that is respect to x. So there you go. So now to integrate the exponential functions, so e to the fx, so becomes e to the fx over f of f dash x. Now to integrate e to the x, so we just differentiate the power. So differentiate this will give me 1. So therefore, e to the x over 1. And then we minus. So to integrate 7 e to the negative 5x, so we differentiate this. So differentiate negative 5x will give me negative 5. So that becomes 7 e to the negative 5x over negative 5. And don't forget, we need to add a constant because of indefinite integrations, okay? So now what I do, I just simplify this. So this is exactly the same as e to the x, because e to the x over 1 will give me e to the x. And we have two negative together become a positive. So this is exactly the same as 7 over 5. We add 7 over 5 e to the negative 5x. And don't forget, we add a constant. Very important. So there you go. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How did you go? Let me just go through it with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into it. So e to the 5x, we add 2e to the 3x over e to the 3x is exactly the same as, I split this out, e to the 5x over e to the 3x, we add 2e to the 3x over e to the 3x. So that's how it works. So now what I do, I simplify this first. So we have 5x and we minus 3x. So 5 minus 3 is 2. So e to the 2x. So that is equal to e to the 2x. And we add 2 and we have 3x. We minus 3x become e to the 0. E to 0 is 1. Otherwise, you can just cross like that, okay? So become 2. So that add 2. So there you go. So now I just rewrite this. So this is exactly the same as integrations of e to the 2x, we add 2. And this is dx. So now what I do, I just integrate this. Now integrate e to the 2x. So what I do, I differentiate the power. So differentiate 2x, it give me 2. So therefore, the answer is e to the 2x over 2. So that is equal to e to the 2x over 2. And we add, now don't forget, this is just 2. So integrate 2 will give me 2x, okay, because a constant. So that is plus 2x. And we need to add a constant, that is c. But then we know that e to the 2x over 2, I can also write like this. A half e to the 2x, we add 2x at a c. So there you go. Last one. So again, we just need to split this into two fractions. So 2e to the 4x at 3e to the x over e to the 5x. So this is exactly the same as, so we just go 2e to the 4x over e to the 5x. We add 3e to the x over e to the 5x. So there you go. So what I do now is I just simplify these two fractions by using index law. So we get 4x, we minus 5x. So 4 minus 5 is negative 1. So that will give me equal to 2e to the negative 1x, so negative x. And then we add, so we have here. So we have x, we minus 5x. So x minus 5x, so x minus 5x is negative 4x. So the answer is 3e to the negative 4x. So there you go. So what I do now is just integrate this. So let me just write this down. So this is exactly the same as integrating 2e to the negative x. We add 3e to the negative 4x respect to x, of course. So now to integrate this, we differentiate negative x. So differentiate negative x, give me negative 1. So the answer is 2e to the negative x over negative 1. And we add. So to integrate 3e power of negative 4x, so we just differentiate the power. So differentiate this, which is 4x, negative 4x. So differentiate negative 4x will give me negative 4. So therefore, that is equal to 3e to the negative 4x divided by negative 4. And we add a constant. So there you go. So what I do now is I just simplify this. So 2e to the negative x over negative 1 will give me negative 2e to the negative x. So that is equal to negative 2e to the negative x. And then we have 3 divided by negative 4. So 3 over negative 4 is negative 3 over 4. And we have e to the negative 4x. And we add a constant c. So there you go. And I hope you got all of them correct. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.